SABNEO has sent me their latest saber for review, and I've reviewed every single one of them up until this point, and I've had really good ones, and I've had mediocre ones, and there was one that I thought was really bad until they fixed it. Today we're going to be looking at the Beam X. This is from their Series X line, or SARIE X line, if you want to say it like that. And let's find out if this one is a hit or a miss. Hello to all my Jedi and Sith companions. I am your host, the Frugal Jedi, and today we're going to be looking at the Beam X Saber by SABNEO. First, a big thank you to SABNEO for providing the saber for review. This is a paid sponsorship because I didn't pay for it, so I have to say that. Well, I don't have to say that, but I have to mention it, so you'll always see a little warning up here in the corner. But I always give an honest review, and I'll let you know what I like and what I don't like about it. Also, I'd like to give a big thank you to all my subscribers. I am over 5,400 subscribers now, which is crazy. You know, when it all started with just one, and that first person knows who he is, and maybe he'll watch this video as well. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, let me give you a rundown of how I do things. So I'll start with an introduction, tell you a little bit about the saber, how much it costs, where to get it, discount codes, and then I show you the unboxing, and then a 360-degree view of the hilt, and then how to attach the blade, and then I go over my first impressions, and then the demonstration, and lastly, final thoughts. So you can skip and jump around to different chapters if you want to repeat something. I make it really easy to do that. Also in the description, I list all of the sound fonts that are included, as well as the blade styles and the different ignition styles. So you have a really good sense of what's on the saber. With that being said, let's move on and talk about the Beam X. So this is SABNEO's latest saber, and it is part of the SARIE X line. And there are a bunch of SARIE X, and the SARIE X means that it is a little fancier than the other V8 sabers. So they're all NeoPixel, and there are the Luke X, the Vader X, the Walker X, the Dark X, and now the Beam X. So the Beam X sells for $179.99 US with free shipping, and that's coming directly from SABNEO's official site. And their site now knows which country you're in, and it'll automatically adjust the currency to reflect that, which is really nice. You can also use my discount code FrugalJedi, and you'll save an additional 10% off. So the Beam X has 18 sound fonts. You have 12 different blade styles and ignition effects. You have infinite color choice for the blade. You have gesture controls and force effects, and you have lockup, tip drag, everything you'd expect a lightsaber should have, but they put it into a package that is really affordable. SABNEO sabers are great for beginners or people who just want something to get started with and you don't want to spend a ton of money. They're very decent. Now that you know where to get it, how much it costs, what it can do, I'll point the camera down towards the table and we'll start unboxing it. Everything works very well. Very responsive. And twist off as well as twist on. And you can also do a swing as well to turn it on. So the hilt is beautiful. Like, have a look at that. It's a shiny, glossy white, and then it has these polished silver rings around the grip. And the emitter section, they got this perfect. If you're going to use screws and you want to be able to battle with a saber, you want to have a lot of screws and you want that saber to be in deep. So they have 4 screws that hold it in, and have a look here. You can see there's one there, and then it goes up higher, and then back lower, and then up higher. So too high, too low. There is no wobbling of that blade. And you can hit this thing really hard and nothing. Not moving, so fantastic job. The button section has a red accent piece. It is not a button, it's just there for show. And you have a single button design. Now the pommel on the bottom is just a straight circle, or just a simple circle. And what I do notice right away though is that it's a little muted. You can take off the bottom section like so. And yeah, you can hear the difference right away. I'll see if you can hear that. I'll put it close to the mic. You can kind of hear that wah wah. And yeah, there's the reason why it's not quite as loud, because the speaker is pretty far inside the grip section. That's not the end of the world. I can live with it. But I absolutely love the design of this. Like, this is beautiful. The white and the silver work so well together, and just that little splash of red, and then the button with the blue on it. To charge it up, you're going to unscrew the whole grip section, slide it down, and you'll see your battery. And then right below your battery is the 18650, right below the 18650 battery, that's what that battery is called, is the USB-C charging port. And you can see that right there. And how long does it take? Because a lot of people ask me, how long does it take to charge if it's fully dead? If it's fully dead, it usually takes between 6 to 8 hours. When you charge it, the light will breathe blue, and when it's done charging, you'll hear a voice as well. So if you have this somewhere and you're sleeping, I wouldn't put it next to your bed, because in the middle of the night, if it's done charging, it might wake you up and give you a scare, because you might think, who the heck's in my bedroom? So lesson learned for myself, don't do that. I just keep it in the living room when I'm charging it. If you want to put the Saber into deep sleep mode to save battery, you can wait and it'll automatically do it, or you can hold down the power button.
SABNEO V8.
Now keep in mind, even in deep sleep, the battery is still going to be draining very, very slowly. So if you're not going to be using a Saber for a long time, like months, you do want to charge it, once every few months, because if you let the battery completely drain, Sabers have a really hard time charging a completely dead battery. You would have to take the battery out and put it onto an external charger. So keep that in mind. There's one function in deep sleep that we can do, which is reset. So the Saber comes pre-programmed with the 18 sound fonts, and each sound font has a different color of blade, different ignition, different blade style. If you mess them all up and you want to get them back to the way they were from the factory, you tap the button 6 times fast. And if it doesn't do anything, you don't hear nothing.
Restart.
There you go. You want to hear restart. So now that'll reset it back to the way it was. Hold down the button, turn it on. So in standby, holding it down till it blinks once, letting go, cycles volume. You have high, low, mute. Holding it down for 2 flashes is your ignition effects. 3 flashes is the blade effects. So let's just switch to the next ignition. So we have broken ignition.
Stable.
With a stable blade. And turn it on. Tap the button, twist your wrist. And you have blaster blocks, just tapping the button. You can do a melt function, like so, by pushing and holding the button, as well as a stabbing effect. tip drag. You want to tap it on the floor, and then you're going to get the tip lighting up like that. And you just tap the button again to stop it. You can change colors really quickly by holding the button and twisting your wrist. So it has a bunch of pre-selected colors. So it's really quick and easy like that. If you want a very specific color, you hold the button down for 2 light flashes, and now it'll cycle through the entire spectrum of color. And you just have to be patient because it's going to go through every single combination until you find the color you want. And what's nice is the saber will remember that color, so next time you go into the saber, you don't have to do it again. So there's my orange blade, and that looks really nice. Holding the button, twisting my wrist while it's facing upward does this force effect. Looks kind of cool. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll shut it off. 1, 2, 3. That'll switch your blade styles on the fly. So you hold it down for 3 light flashes. And that's pulse. So that way you can switch your blade styles and see how they look, rather than having the saber off and doing it and then turning it on and then turning it off. So that's just a little quicker and it's easy to do. Let's go one more time. So there's your ghost blade. The ghost blade will get brighter the faster you move it and swing it, and then it goes back dim. Cross blade is this funky green, red, and yellow thing. Infinite. There's wave. I like wave. Looks nice. So now that you've seen it up close and me sitting down using it, I'll stand up and spin it around and try some Obi-Wan spins behind my back. Show you some different sound fonts and blade styles and ignitions, and then join me back here for my final thoughts. This section is so nice for doing spins. Like, your hand wraps around that and it's just perfect. Very nice. It's time for my final thoughts. At the very beginning of this video, I asked if this is going to be a hit or a miss.
Please. Holy Toledo, it's good! It's good! It's good! It's good!
And this one is a hit. They did almost everything right. The emitter section is great. It's really comfortable. You can hold it with 2 hands. You can spin it by having your fingers up here. And it's really comfortable. Like, it's nice. I mean, the color is beautiful. That white with the silver, I mean, yeah, I love the design of this one. It's just so clean looking. The way the blade is attached with the 4 screws, nice and deep, so you can be hitting this hard and it can take it, and there's no wobbling or loosening of the blade. So that's great. So my only negative is the sound. Because the speaker is so far inside, it is a little more muffled than I would like. I'm wondering that if maybe they designed the pommel a little differently, and instead of having just that single hole in the middle, kind of have like another ring, like another 4, I can't even describe it. But anyways, there's a way to do it where there's more holes for the sound to come out of. Because it's quite a big difference when you take off the pommel. Like, it's huge. But that's not the end all, be all. The pros definitely outweigh the cons. So the Beam X, yes, I'm going to be putting it behind me somewhere because I have another, well, you can't see it, but there's another lightsaber behind me. I just love the way they look. Glorious, like just beautiful, like the knight in shining armor, the white knight. Yeah, fantastic. That'll do it for this unboxing and review. If you enjoyed it, you found it helpful, please take the time to click on that like button. It takes you less than a second, and it really helps me out. It tells YouTube that people are watching my videos, and it'll help recommend it to others. If you want to see more content like this, I do lots of unboxings, reviews on lightsabers, a few other things as well, tutorials. Subscribe to my channel, and you will see lots of new stuff coming out in 2025. And lastly, if you tap that bell, you'll get a reminder every time I upload anything new. I have been your host, the Frugal Jedi. This is the Beam X by SABNEO, which is great, and I'm very happy with it. If you like it, you should get one. You won't regret it. Until next time, may the Force be with you.